Okay, you guys, fans are absolutely furious right now. The WNBA just pulled something wild. They assigned the exact same referee crew from that Lynx Mercury game disaster, yes, that one, to the Indiana Fever versus Las Vegas Aces semifinals. That's right. The very same refs who got Cheryl Reeve suspended are now, suddenly, in charge of Caitlin Clark's biggest playoff test yet. Seriously, people are straight up calling this outright corruption. So, what do you think? Did the league purposely choose these refs to tilt the game?
It's bad for the game. The officiating crew that we had tonight, for the leadership to deem those three people semifinals playoff worthy is malpractice. I can take an L with the best of them. I don't think we should have to play through more than what they did. We got players. I think it's crap. And there's no call. And all of them said, it wasn't my call. I don't know. I didn't have that. I didn't see it that awful.
All right, let's actually dig into this absolute mess. Because wow, the WNBA has officially lost the plot. Assigning Isaac Barnett, Randy Richardson, and Jana, the exact same crew who totally botched that Minnesota game, to the Fever versus Aces semifinal isn't just insane. It's not just tone deaf. It's a giant slap in the face to every single fan who's already been calling out the league for sheer incompetence.
Let's jump right in. I want to start with the play that set off all of the chaos. Everything else that we will talk about, there is one play that set off all of it, and it is this steal that Alyssa Thomas made on Napheesa Collier. So this was at the end of the game. Fee is dribbling down, and Alyssa Thomas goes across her body, steals the ball, and then takes the ball full court for a layup on the other end, and that pretty much sealed the deal for the Phoenix Mercury. They won last night's game, but I want to show you guys the close-up. This was not ruled a foul, and I am dumbfounded by the amount of people online, even the amount of professionals online who are saying that this is no foul. And the reason that they're saying that it is no foul is, as you can see here, Alyssa Thomas reaches across, and when she reaches across, you can pause the video here, she gets all ball first. Okay? So no, was there any foul when she was tapping the ball away? No, it seems like there's no contact there. She strips the ball clean. But as you can see, the angle in which Alyssa Thomas is running across Fee's going this way, Alyssa Thomas is going this way. Fee is in full motion. You can even see, again, with this screenshot, the angle in which Fee's body is going. She is going full speed in one direction. She is running in one direction, and Alyssa Thomas cuts her off in that.
Okay, so let's rewind and break down what actually happened in that Lynx Mercury game, because Cheryl Reeve didn't just blow up for no reason, right? She literally watched Alyssa Thomas beat the life out of Napheesa Collier with zero whistles, no protection, and completely inconsistent calls. Collier limped off the court in pain, and the refs acted like everything was totally fine. But here's the kicker. When Reeve dared to demand accountability, boom, suspended, fined. Her assistant was fined, too. The entire coaching staff got punished, all because they pointed out the obvious truth. The officiating was absolute garbage. You can even see Cheryl Reeve discussing this further on SportsCenter.
Who was it that asked about officiating for the game? Was that you, Kendra? And we talked about how dangerous it can be. You're hearing it from the other series. You're hearing other coaches. You're hearing Becky talk about when you let the physicality happen, people get hurt. There's fights. And this is the look that our league wants.
Now, fast forward to today. The Fever, despite Caitlin Clark missing stretches this season due to injury, somehow clawed their way into the playoffs. They became the star line. Seriously, every Fever game pulled insane ratings, every arena was packed, and suddenly Clark, Boston, Mitchell, they basically made the WNBA relevant again. So how does the league reward all that momentum? By assigning the exact same refs who just embarrassed the entire sport. Fans aren't dumb. They see the pattern. These referees already carry a reputation for being inconsistent, petty, and frankly reckless. And now they're in charge of Clark's biggest stage. That's not just questionable, it's flat out reckless.
We were trying to play through it. We tried to make excuses. One of the best players in the league shot 0 free throws. 0. And she had 5 fouls. 0 free throws. Got her shoulder pulled out and finished the game with her leg being taken out and probably has a fracture. And so if this is what our league wants, okay. But I want to call for a change of leadership.
Okay, so let's zoom in on the league-level malpractice here, because it's wild. Look at the numbers from that Lynx Mercury game. Minnesota went 13 for 21 at the free throw line, and even with a +10 rebounding edge, they still lost.
Why?
Because the refs completely swallowed their whistles every time Phoenix got physical. Alyssa Thomas could have been called for a dozen fouls, but instead, nothing. Collier limped off, Cheryl Reeve exploded, and the refs walked away untouched. Now get this. Those exact same refs are supposed to manage Clark, Boston, and Mitchell against Aliyah Wilson, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray. Please, that's absolute malpractice. Fans watched Lexi Hull get pushed, elbowed, and hacked all game, and they've got receipts. Scott Agnes even reported it flat out. Yet the Fever, Aces semifinal is being run by Isaac Barnett, Randy Richardson, and Jana, the same crew. 0 adjustments, 0 accountability. The league basically just said, yeah, we know you hated them, but we don't care. And that's exactly why people are calling this corruption. Because if you wanted to tilt the game toward Vegas, this is exactly how you do it. Give them refs who already let things slide, punish coaches for speaking up, and swallow the whistle when the game turns physical. And when the Aces thrive on physicality, who does that help exactly? Let's not pretend this is new either. Fans have been complaining all season, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark. She's been hacked, shoved, elbowed, tripped, barely a whistle. Opponents body check her like it's hockey. Instead of protecting the league's most valuable star, these refs just look away. And when someone calls it out, suspensions, finis, it's gotten so blatant that even casual fans are questioning whether the league wants Clark to succeed. That's how bad it is. Instead of capitalizing on the Clark effect, they're sabotaging it with refs who don't care about fairness, and honestly, the sarcasm writes itself. The WNBA says it wants to grow the game. They run commercials begging fans to embrace the next generation. And then, in the most-watched playoff run in years, they assign the most hated referee crew to the marquee matchup. That's not growth, that's self-sabotage. Look at what's at stake. Fever versus Aces could have been the series of the year. Caitlin Clark, a second-year superstar, facing Aliyah Wilson, the reigning MVP and face of the Aces dynasty. Boston versus Wilson in the paint. Mitchell against Young. This had classic written all over it. But instead of hyping the matchup, all anyone talks about are the refs. Fans aren't debating strategy or rotations. They're debating whether Clark will even survive the officiating. That's pathetic, and it's 100% on the league. Let's get specific. Isaac Barnett is notorious for quick technicals, handing them out for simple frustration. If Clark claps after a missed call,
Tech.
if White challenges too aggressively,
Tech.
Meanwhile, Wilson can bulldoze Boston in the paint, and somehow it's a no-call. Randy Richardson? Inconsistent at best. One possession it's touch fouls, the next it's WWE wrestling.
No rhythm. No consistency.
Just chaos. And Jana, the third ref? Fans literally call her invisible because she disappears when the game gets tough. That's who's running the semifinals. This isn't just conspiracy, it's incompetence. And incompetence at this level feels like corruption. Fans have blasted this all over social media. How do you assign the same refs who just suspended a coach? How do you protect your product with officials everyone hates? How do you ignore your own paying customers? Simple, the WNBA doesn't care. They're banking on fans watching anyway. They think controversy equals views. But controversy without fairness destroys credibility. Now, Bring Caitlin Clark back into this. She's in year 2. She's the biggest name in the league. She sells out arenas. She breaks ratings records. And instead of protecting her, the league is basically daring refs to swallow the whistle again. Fans saw her get slammed all season. Now in the playoffs, with the same refs. What do you think will happen? Boston has carried a massive load since Clark's injury. Mitchell has stepped up. Hull has played through pain. This team fought tooth and nail just to get here. And the league's big plan? Throw them in front of the same 3 officials who already embarrass the sport. That's why fans are fuming. And let's be real, the Aces are the WNBA's golden child. Vegas has the money, the glitz, the star power, the ownership. The league wants them in the finals. Everyone knows it. So when fans see the same refs who bailed them out before assigned again, it doesn't look like coincidence. It looks like favoritism. And favoritism destroys trust. Sports are supposed to be about competition. You win or lose on merit. But when refs become the storyline, fans stop believing. And once they stop believing, they stop watching. Sponsors stop paying. That's the slippery slope the WNBA is on right now. Fans don't tune in to watch referees. They tune in to see stars shine. Clark hitting logo threes, Wilson battling Boston in the paint, Mitchell cooking defenders. But instead, the refs are the main act. That's the core problem. It's not just one game. It's a pattern. Wilson gets the whistle. Clark gets elbows. Stewart gets calls. Boston gets mugged. That double standard is driving fans crazy, and they're not stupid. They see who the league is trying to elevate. Now, imagine this crew actually decides the outcome. Fever down 2, Mitchell's hot, Boston's battling, Clark drawing doubles, and then boom, phantom foul on Boston. Or Clark gets hit on the arm, no whistle. Fast break the other way. Momentum gone. That's not basketball. That's manipulation. And fans won't forgive it. We've seen it before. After the Lynx game, Reeve went nuclear, screaming at refs, cursing at fans, blasting the league. And instead of admitting the officials botched it, the WNBA suspended her. The winningest coach in the league, punished for speaking the truth. And now those same refs get Clark's semifinal? That's not just bad optics, it's pure comedy. And this is why fans are furious. They feel like the league is actively working against them.